Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has literally been months since I last filmed a video, but I'm back now and I thought what better way to start off my YouTube channel again than by doing a Q&A. So I asked you guys over on my Snap and my TikTok to send over any questions. I have all the questions written down here, so we'll start with the ones from TikTok, and I am going to be naming everyone so that you know if it's you or not, and then we'll go over to the questions on Snap. So let's go. So question number 1 is from Emily, and she said, what is your top most recommended makeup product? So for me, my favourite makeup product of all time, and I've used this for genuinely years, is the Huda Beauty Loose Powder in Cherry Blossom Cake. It is unreal. It blurs your skin, smooths out your makeup, makes your makeup last for ages. It is honestly insane. I love it so much. Next, we actually have 4 questions from Soph, so let's go through them all one by one. First question is favourite movie. Guys, I watched Obsession in the cinema the other day and it was insane. Genuinely my new obsession. I loved it so much. But before that, I'd probably say the After movie series. They are so good. I love them so much. Soph also asked, Disney princess I relate to the most. I would say probably Belle. Looks wise, I always get told I look like Belle. As a child I did, now I did. But thinking like personality wise, I honestly don't know. Such a boring answer, but I don't know. I don't really feel like I relate to any, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's a hard question, but looks wise 100% Belle. Personality wise, I genuinely have no idea. Next, she asked goals for the next year. So my biggest goal is to start a podcast, and guys, I am getting into that now. Hopefully that will be coming soon, but I'm not promising anything. But my biggest goal is to start a podcast, also to hit 100k followers. I'm hoping to do that by the end of this year. So if you don't, oh, that's on TikTok by the way, so if you don't follow me on TikTok, please make sure you do. I'll put my username will be at the start of the video, so please make sure you go follow me on TikTok. But basically just to grow more on social media and try harder with social media basically. And the final question from Soph is cats or dogs? Definitely dogs. I'll be honest, I'm not a big cat person. Like, I've never had a cat and I don't think I'd ever want one, but I'm such a big dog person. A little cute dog is my weakness. I love dogs. Next question is from Isabel, and she said biggest cons of doing social media. For me personally, the only con of doing social media is the hate from it. Like, personally, I don't get a lot of hate, but I do get some mean comments, and I also get people taking the piss out of me in real life and stuff like that. It doesn't bother me much, but obviously if people are commenting mean things about you, you're gonna get a bit upset. So I honestly would say that's the only con for me, because I love doing this. I would not want to do anything else. Daisy asked how to become an influencer. So my biggest tip for anyone wanting to start content creation is consistency. Consistency is key. I know it sounds so cliche and basic, but it's true. Consistency is key, and yeah, it really is. Also, I would say just being yourself and trying to differentiate yourself from every other creator on the app. Like, showing your real personality, showing the more vulnerable side of yourself. Like, show something that people won't get from other people, if you know what I mean, because that'll make people want to follow you, because they won't see that type of content anywhere else. Okay, so now we have 4 questions from Eliza. So the first question is, what is your Tesco meal deal? Guys, please no hate, it is basic as hell, but I get a plain ham sandwich, just like the ham, no mayo, ham and butter, unreal. And then I kind of switch up the rest of it depending what I fancy, but I always get crisps. I never get anything that's not crisps, but I'll usually go for maybe Quavers. I love some Quavers. And then drinks wise, sometimes I do get a bottle of water. I'm sorry, it's basic, but you can't go wrong with a nice cold bottle of water. Or I'll go for like a Pepsi, cherry, a Coke, something like that. The next question from Eliza is, who's your favourite singer? So my favourite singers at the minute is either Taylor Swift or Olivia Rodrigo. I could not pick between the two of them. I love them both so much. Then she asked advice for year 9. So I would say my biggest advice, if you're in year 9, going into year 9, whatever, is don't take year 9 too seriously. I don't mean like not listen at all. Like, obviously you do need to listen and you do need to get an education, but like year 9's kind of the last year before things get serious, before GCSEs properly start. So just have fun, like make the most of it, have fun, but do try. Like, there's nothing wrong with trying. You can still have fun and try. And the final question from Eliza is, what are your upcoming concerts and what concerts do you want to go to? So upcoming concerts, I have Leeds Fest, which isn't really a concert, but it's kind of a concert. So I've got Leeds Fest in August, and then I'm seeing Olivia Rodrigo next year in April, which I'm so excited for. They're the only things I have booked, but concerts I'd love to go to. I really want to go to Gracie Abrams. She's performing in Amsterdam on my birthday, so I'm really debating going. I haven't got tickets, but maybe closer to the time I might get resale tickets, I don't know. But other concerts I would love to go to, I would love to see Taylor Swift again, honestly. Dream to see her again, like, oh my god. And probably Sabrina Carpenter again. I saw Sabrina last year, she was amazing. I'd love to see Billie again. Just honestly, just a concert, any concert I love. I just love the atmosphere of a concert. It's literally the best thing in the world. Next, Kirsty has asked me what inspired me to start social media. Honestly, it was just seeing when I was younger, maybe like 13, 14, seeing people my age doing it. For example, Amy Charlize, Tallulah Metcalf. I mean, I think she was a little bit, like, started a little bit later, but people like that, and I'm like, oh my god, that would literally be my dream. But I was always too scared to do it up to a year ago when I finally got the courage to start doing it. But yeah, it was honestly just seeing other people do it. And then when I went through my mental health struggles, I thought I would love to create a social media account talking positively, helping young people that were going through similar things that I did. And yeah, it's just my dream. And like, because I have such bad anxiety, the thought of having an average going out working job is like my worst fear. So I thought it's a good idea to at least try social media. If it fails, then it fails, but if it works out, then that's like literally my dream. Next, we've got 2 questions from Abby. So Abby asked, are you going to be doing any more giveaways? 100%. I'm not sure what and when yet. I'm definitely going to do a giveaway if I ever hit 100k. My 100k giveaway will be a big giveaway, but maybe if I set like a YouTube goal, maybe I'll do like a giveaway over here on YouTube. I'm not sure yet, but yes, 100% there'll be more giveaways in the future. Then the other question from Abby is social media going to be a full-time job? That's the dream. I would love to do social media as my full-time job, but we'll see what happens, because yeah, hopefully that's what I want. But obviously it's not as easy as just making it a full-time job. I would need to grow a lot more and do more things, but that's what I'm working towards. I'm working towards hopefully making it my full-time job. Neve asked, how is your hair and skin so healthy? So I actually do have a hair care and skincare routine on my page, on my TikTok page, which is in like a tutorials playlist. But for how my hair's so healthy, genuinely no idea. I dye my hair at least every 2 months. I use heat on it every single day. Like, I do not know why my hair is so healthy, but for some reason it is. And for skin, I've been quite lucky. I've never really had that bad skin. When I was going through a lot of my mental health problems because of all the stress I was dealing with, my skin was quite bad. But I'd say my genetics are just, I don't really get bad skin. Like, my sister has never really had bad skin. My mum, my dad, like, it's just in the genetics basically. But I do have a really good skincare routine, which is again on my TikTok page. Then the final question from TikTok, Lily asked me, what is my favourite part of Cornwall? I would say my favourite part of Cornwall is probably St Ives. I love St Ives. I go there all the time in the summer. It's just so beautiful. The only annoying part is how busy it gets, but it gets busy for a reason because it is so beautiful. Okay, now moving on to the snap questions. So first one is from Janice. She said, opinion on The Crash on Netflix. So I did actually watch this the other day and I really enjoyed it. It was really interesting and it left me thinking, like, I don't know, like yeah, basically I really enjoyed it and it was really interesting. Then Hardia, I really hope I'm saying that right, I'm so sorry if I'm not, said, what's my favourite singer / song? So I already answered my favourite singer, Taylor Swift or Olivia Rodrigo, but favourite song at the minute is The Cure by Olivia Rodrigo. Oh my god, don't even get me started on that song. That is my song, like, I love it. Ava asked me if I'm still in school and the answer to that is no. I finished school in 2024, like I did my GCSEs, finished school in 2024. Then I was in college up to about 2 weeks ago where I've just finished college, and yeah, so now I'm in no type of education at all till September. But yeah, now the next question, there wasn't a name on the question, but someone asked, did you ever tell teachers or friends at school that you wanted to be an influencer, and if so, how did they react? So when I was in like school, I never did, because obviously I dropped out in year 9, so I never did because I just, yeah, it wasn't really that much of a dream at that point. I wanted to, but it was never something I thought seriously about. But in college, all of my college teachers, they know about my TikTok. Some of them follow me on TikTok and they're all so supportive of it. Like, they love it, they love my TikToks. And friends wise, I've always, like, my whole life said to my friends, oh my god, I want to do YouTube, I want to do TikTok, I want to do this, I want to do that. And everyone would kind of like agree with me, because I feel like it's just like a universal thing. Everyone wants to be an influencer, everyone wants to do social media for a living. Like, that's just what everyone wants to do. But I don't think anyone thought I was being genuinely serious about it, if you know what I mean. But then once I actually did start taking it seriously, all my friends have been so supportive. I haven't had any friends that have been unsupportive or anything like that. Next question is from Delphine. I really hope I'm saying that right, and I'm so sorry if I'm not, but she asked for advice for a 13-year-old. So I would say, well, personally, when I was 13, I thought I was so much older than I was, and I did so many things at 13 years old that now as an 18-year-old, I would never imagine doing. And I feel like the best advice I would give is don't hang around with the wrong people. I think that was my issue. I hung around with people that were doing bad things, which then influenced me to do bad things, which then caused me to grow up too quick, if that makes sense. So I would say, remember, like, yes, you are a teenager now, but you're still young. Like, I don't know, it's really hard. Being a young teenager is so hard, but my biggest piece of advice is do not start hanging around with the wrong type of people, and do not do things that you don't want to do. Again, there was no name for this question, but they said, how old were you when you started doing content? So since I was like 11, I've posted on TikTok, or it was Musical.ly then, but Musical.ly and TikTok and Instagram and everything, but I'd never posted seriously, if you know what I mean. But when I started posting proper content, like Get Ready With Me's and all that, it was actually last July, so it's coming up to a year now. So I was 17 years old. Now, I'm not even going to try and say this because I'm going to say it so wrong, but it's spelled Aishe. She asked, do you call football or soccer? Football. If you call it soccer, I mean, I know you're probably American, but like, get out soccer. Next question, there wasn't a name on it again, but they asked, how old do you think you should be to start doing content? I would say, I mean, any age really, as long as when you're maybe, I'd say below 16, you have parent management, because there's a lot of danger that comes with posting on social media, especially as a child. So I feel like there is nothing wrong with like when I was a child, I used to love watching child YouTubers that would like open toys and do toy shopping and that sort of stuff. I used to love it, and I would have loved to do that when I was younger. I did actually try and do that when I was younger, but obviously didn't go anywhere. So I would say you could start content from any age, as long as you have strict parent management. Your parents know what you're posting, your parents manage your accounts, your parents know what people are commenting, and your parents don't let you see hurtful comments. Then I think any age really, and as long as you're posting appropriate content for your age, I really don't think there's anything wrong with it, as long as you have parent support and parent management and you're not seeing things that you shouldn't be seeing. Peyton asked, how many squishies do you have? Too many. I honestly don't know. I have a lot of squishies. I've been collecting squishies since I was like 13. Erin May asked, what's your favourite thing to do in your spare time? Honestly, just scroll on TikTok. It's so sad. I need to find better things to do with my life, but nothing beats lying in bed and having a little doom scroll. Katie asked what my favourite colour is. I say my favourite colour is either pink or red. I love, or like a burgundy red. Stunning, but you can't get wrong with a bit of pink. Basic, but I love a bit of pink. Next up, again, I'm not going to try to say this name because I'm going to absolutely butcher it, but it's spelled Ainoa. She asked, what age are you and how long have you been doing social media? So I am 18 and I've been doing social media properly for almost a year now. Lib asked, what made you want to start social media? I feel like I know I did answer this earlier. Yes, I answered this at the start of this video in the TikTok section. Next, we've got 2 questions from Caitlin, which are a bit juicy. She said, what is your first kiss story and your first period story? My first kiss story, I think I was like 12 and I was dating this boy. Obviously it wasn't like serious dating because we were 12, and basically we had like this massive friend group and I was dating this boy, and everyone basically just like not pressured us, but like, you know, when you're young and everyone's like, oh my god, like hug, kiss, like do this, and literally just like pecked him, walked off. That was it. That was my first kiss story. And then first period story, I remember this day so vividly. So it was in October 2020. So how old was I? I was 12, 13? No, I was 12, yes, I was 12, right? So that day I had gone out to Costa with some of my friends, and I remember just sitting in Costa, not noticing anything, and then when I was walking home, I could feel like something weird in my pants. I was like, what the fuck, like that's weird. And then I got home, went to the toilet, and I noticed I'd come on my period, and I went and ran to my mum and I started crying, and I was so scared. Obviously I knew what a period was, but I didn't expect it. I didn't have any signs leading up to it that I was going to start my period. It was just all of a sudden, went for a piss, saw that there was blood in there. I was like, oh. But yeah, that's my first period story. Next, Elle asked, who is your favourite YouTuber and why? Honestly, my favourite YouTuber is Eleanor Neal. I love true crime stories, best thing ever. I literally watch true crime when I'm in the bath, when I'm in the shower, when I'm doing my makeup, doing my hair, going to sleep. Like, I love a good true crime story. Amelia asked, any brand trips you'd love to go on? So my dream brand trip would be Coachella. Basic answer, but Coachella, oh my god, get me to Coachella 2027, honestly. But genuinely, any brand trip, even if it's going to London, I would be insanely grateful. It would literally be my dream to go on a brand trip. Like, the day, if I ever get invited to a brand trip, that is like my I made it day. That would honestly be a dream. Lils asked, how do you cope with anxiety? So for me personally, I kind of take things day by day. Like, if I know I have something tomorrow that I'm feeling anxious for, I will take the day before and just relax, calm myself, and convince myself that things will be okay. But I never over push myself. If there's something that I know I've got to do, but I'm like, I literally can't do it, I don't over push myself. I don't avoid things all the time. I try and push myself as much as possible, but sometimes you know when it gets to a point that if you push yourself, you literally fall off the edge. So if I ever get to that point, then I don't push myself, I don't go. But the best thing for me that's helped me, because my anxiety now is so much better than it used to be, is exposure. That goes completely against what I just said, but like doing things that make you anxious, and eventually if you keep doing it, you will feel okay with it. Next, Evie asked me, what do you see yourself doing in the future? Well, as I've said, the dream is to do social media in the future, or like have my own podcast, like that's the dream. But if it wasn't for that, I would say maybe being a social worker or a mental health support worker in some sort of way. Then the final question, this doesn't have a name, but my favourite Taylor Swift song. I would say at the minute my favourite Taylor Swift song is Marjorie. I love that song. But guys, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll definitely be back with more YouTube videos soon. If you have any video ideas, please let me know, because I'm so stuck on what the hell to film. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so grateful for you all, and I love you all so much. Bye.